right, hello there. Welcome to this week's Bite. Before we dive into it, let me present a couple of situations, such as describing company departments or teams, or introducing products or services, or even presenting company policies or procedures. Describe, introduce, present all have something in common. Give information. Now, whether this information is necessary or extra doesn't matter today because we will be working in any case with defining and non defining relative clauses. Now, some examples so that we're all on the same page. What is a relative clause? Relative clauses are those pieces of information introduced by a relative pronoun, which or that, where, when, who or whose, etc. You name it. Examples such as these exemplify it. B&Q is a kind of store which specializes in tools and DIY. I've had several job interviews, including one where I was told I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which surprised me. Now, as you know, the relative pronoun is chosen based on the kind of information. If I'm giving extra info of an object, I'm going to go with which or that. If, on the contrary, I'm giving extra information about a person, I'm probably going to go with who or that. If it's a place, I'm going to go with where. If it's a time, when. And you know it, or I assume you do. Now, another marker or that differentiates them is the use of commas. Non-defining relative clauses are marked or surrounded by commas. But before we talk about those, let's speak about defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses give necessary information about something else. And that something can be an object within the sentence or the subject of the sentence. And the difference marks whether I can take out the relative pronoun or not. Let's see. If I'm giving extra information of an object, then I can take it out. It's optional, but you may do it. The woman who they took on as the new that's the woman who they took on as the new marketing manager. Or, as I said, that's the woman they took on as the new marketing manager. I'm giving extra information on the woman, and the woman is not the subject of this sentence, it's its object. On the other hand, the second example, it's a very similar, the information would be the same, but now the woman is a subject because I've got passive. That's the woman who was taken on as the new marketing manager. In this case, I cannot take it out. Test it, try it. That's the woman who was taken on. Doesn't make any sense now. So I need it. When it's an object, I can choose it. Now, in non-defining ones, those marked between commas that give extra information, here everything is freer. I can omit the pronoun as well. So I may say, Philip Kotler, who is the American marketing guru, says there are 5 processes in marketing. Or Harley Davidson, which is the well known motorcycle brand, has a website that is dedicated to female motorcyclists. All of these examples have the relative pronouns in them. Let's try omitting them. Philip Kotler, the American marketing guru, says there are 5 key processes in marketing. Harley Davidson, the well known motorcycle brand, has a website dedicated to female motorcyclists. See or listen to my pauses, listen to my intonation, it's different. Now, let's talk about informal register. For example, people who work in marketing need to be good at communication skills. I've got relative clause who work in marketing in the place of the subject. Excellent. What if I want to reduce this information? make it more informal. I can do so by means of choosing to place this information in an adjective. Marketing people need to be good at communication skills. Or I can make a phrase. People in marketing need to be good at communication skills. Opting, choosing a prepositional phrase, right? It's the same information presented in three different ways. The last two perhaps are more informal or casual than the first. Now, prepositions. There are 91 million Visa cards in the UK, of which more than 70% are debit cards. The people to whom the presentation was addressed were mainly experts in the field. This is formal. You can probably, well, it's there, but you can probably spot it. I am referring to something I've said before in the first case, introducing it by means of the preposition. And the second one, I'm giving extra information as well. Good. Other cases, the people the presentation was addressed to were mainly experts in their field. This is more informal than the one from the previous slide. And have you seen the case I keep my laptop in? Have you seen the case that I keep my laptop in? In both cases, I can omit the pronouns, the relative pronouns, because they are adding extra information about something that is not the subject of my sentence. All right. Of course, I can change. Oops, let me move. I can change it and say, have you seen the case in which I'm bringing the preposition at the beginning, immediately before the pronoun? All right. So remember, we have the differences between defining and non-defining, those differences in register, and the use of the relative pronouns with prepositions. All right. Remember as well that practice makes perfect, and that if you follow the link in the description box, you can access two activities to go and practicing and putting all of this together. That's the best way. So, if you would like to see more of these, make sure to follow us and subscribe so that you receive notifications every week. All right. Thank you for watching.